What's good, everybody out there on YouTube? This is your man Hastags dropping some hot farraga on this mic. Today we're going to be talking about the Year of Shadow, Sonic Movie 3, and just in general all of the Sonic X Shadow stuff that's been happening. First of all, I want to say make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I know I don't upload a lot, but when I do, it's fire. But today I wanted to talk about, a lot of news that's recently come out. First of all, I want to talk about Sonic Movie 3. Then I'm going to talk about the Sonic X Shadow Generation stuff, and then I'm going to loop it back to a grander discussion about the Year of Shadow. So the Sonic Movie 3 trailer dropped, and in all honesty, it looks amazing. They're taking that next logical step that I think a lot of people wanted for the Sonic movie franchise. While there's still that same silly tone that the first two movies had, it looks like it's a lot more serious and the stakes are quite a bit higher. We got, the reveal of Gerald Robotnik and, Maria being in the film alongside Keanu Reeves' Shadow being in the film. And to be honest, it sounds great. The people on Twitter, please do not listen to them. They literally, the thing we asked for, Keanu as Shadow the Hedgehog. And then, we get him now. He sounds good. And they're like, he just sounds like Keanu. And it's like, yes, that's what everybody wanted. In general, I'm really hyped for the film, though. A lot of the VFX work and stuff looks really good. Again, the stakes look a lot higher. It looks like Sonic is going to have to save Tom. And it looks like the human characters, while they aren't, set aside for the B plot, we're going to get a lot more of the Sonic characters, and the way they use the human characters, it looks like it's going to be a lot more meaningful, which is like really one of the few criticisms I had of the past two movies. It felt like there was no real action happening for those characters outside of the wedding scene in the second movie. So hopefully we get to see not only just, the Sonic characters and humans interact in a more meaningful way as far as like, action and stuff, but just see how they implement more Sonic characters going forward. Especially since it seems like they're adding more lore and stuff. We got like a Chow FNAF thing in there, or Chuck E. Cheese thing. God, that's crazy. I just think overall the movie so far is looking great. Hopefully when it comes out, it is amazing. But then we have a lot of the Sonic X Shadow Generation news. Specifically, they released gameplay footage of Kingdom Valley, and it looks awesome. I mean, graphically, it looks like they actually really thought about the stage design, and then we even got some Metal Overlord stuff at the end of the gameplay. Overall, again, knocked it out of the park. We got what we wanted from Sonic X Shadow Generations. And the more we see of this game, the better it just looks. I made a joke on my Discord server. This game looks like what Sonic Omens was trying to do, but actually good. By the way, link for the Discord server is down below. In general, all of this is coming around to make the Year of Shadow actually feel meaningful. We're getting a movie that's starring Shadow, or at least, he'll be the main antagonist, it seems. And Sonic X Shadow Generations looks really meaningful. The Shadow Generations portion of the game specifically. It looks like they're really going out of their way to really make Shadow be that second pillar of Sonic he was in the early 2000s. Many of the people, including myself, that grew up in the early 2000s with Sonic know how prevalent Shadow was. Well, obviously he wasn't as important as, the titular character Sonic the Hedgehog. He was still very important, and I think, again, one of the pillars of the Sonic franchise. Like, you couldn't really talk about Sonic the Hedgehog without bringing up Shadow in some capacity. And I think going forward, that's how it's gonna be. I'm glad that Sega has stopped listening to basically the guys who hated everything Sonic did after Sonic 3 and is actually doing stuff with their IP going forward. I do hate that they're very much trying to roll back the Dragon Ball influences, despite Sonic Frontiers just being being the dream Sonic Dragon Ball game people wanted. But it's nice to see that they actually care about their past and trying to bring stuff from that past into the future, despite how it may be looked on. Say things like Kingdom Valley. Sonic 06 is a bad game. I hate that game, genuinely. But it's cool to see them taking parts of their past and bringing it forward in a meaningful way that really just exposes more people to the Sonic IP and brand. Hopefully this means next year, the year after that, we get a major Sonic release or a major 3D Sonic release. I talked about this in a previous video, but Sonic is genuinely in a good place now. I'm not worried. They could have a major flop, but it won't do much to the franchise at all, in my opinion. Mostly because all of the content surrounding the games has been good. The comics, the movies, as much as you may dislike Prime, really up until that last season and really the last few episodes, it was pretty solid, especially for a kid's show. It just feels like fans of every age, creed, whatever, are getting the things that they want, and I love that. But I want to know how you feel about all this in that comment section down below. How do you think the Year of Shadow is going? How do you think it's affecting the franchise going forward? And like I said in I think my last video or second to last video, where do you think Sonic the Hedgehog is now? Again, I'm going to reinforce that previous video I had. I think Sonic is in an amazing place, and to see Shadow get the spotlight for a minute has instilled hope into me. I think other characters are going to get the same treatment soon. But with that all out of the way, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Share this out with your friends. And if you're looking for a video to watch my Sonic Adventure retrospective. I talk about how Sonic Adventure really is to play in the year 2024. And I plan on following that video up real soon. But with that all the way, peace and have a good one.